Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And this is our review
of Courtisans.
Courtisans is a wonderful card game, and to find out what we think about this cutthroat rise to the top of the Queen's favour, you should probably
hit the subscribe button.
Do
it now.
Do it right now before the Queen finds out. And
before the rises, it could be problems.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, create death threats or anything, but you should probably hit us.
If you do it, it's better than not doing.
Don't take the risk.
Come on.
Don't take the risk. Absolutely. Matt, should we dig in?
Yeah, let's start this episode.
Let's find out how it plays. Courtisans is a competitive card game for 2 to 5 players that plays in around 20 minutes. It's designed by Romerick Gallonier and Anthony Peroni and is published by Hachette Games UK. In Courtisans, you're going to be encouraging certain families to be either in favour or in disgrace at the Queen's table. Your turn is straightforward. You draw 3 cards from the deck. You're going to give 1 card to yourself in your own tableau. You're going to give 1 card to somebody else at the table. And you're going to put 1 at the Queen's table, either in favour or in disgrace. At the end of the game, you're going to get points for any cards in your tableau that match those cards that are in favour at the Queen's table, i.e. those cards that have a majority at the top. In this example, this dark green family is in favour, but this yellow family is in disgrace. And that's pretty much it, aside from a couple of extra details. You'll start the game with some secret objectives that will encourage you to push certain families either in favour or in disgrace. And some of the cards have special powers, such as the Assassin, which allows you to kill a card at the table, removing it entirely so it won't have an effect at the end of the game. Or the Spy, and these spies are secret and sneaky and won't be revealed until the end of the game, thus potentially changing the fortune of a family's favour.
All right, Wayne. So, should we say that we really like this game?
We do really like this game.
It was a little bit of a surprise because I didn't know anything before UKG.
Yeah.
And we found out about this at the Hachette UK game that actually gave us a copy for review. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And and we since then we played a lot, isn't it?
We played I've played an absolute ton of this. We played it together. I've taken it with me a bunch of places, and you're 100% right. I didn't know anything about this until we went to UK Games Expo, and it's sold out.
Yeah, it did sold out like immediately.
Yeah, people were loving it.
And I see why. I mean, the production. Sorry if I jumped to the production, but it's such a wonderful game to look at.
Yeah.
And that definitely attired the people. So I saw a lot of people at UKG like walking around and be like, what is that?
What is this? And it's like nice price point as well. So it's like an easy pickup, and it sold a ton. But yeah, it's such a wonderfully easy game to teach as well. I mean, as we saw in the little preview in how to play, it's just draw 3 cards and dish them out. And what could be easier than that? Easy
peasy. You teach it in a minute, and you play and play again. So.
Exactly, and it plays in a really nice amount of time. You're done in sort of 10 minutes. What I like about this game, Matt, is it is aggro. It is, you are definitely like out to get people.
Yeah.
But it's short enough to like
to not feel bad about it. So
like,
if you got a lot of people coming at you, you're definitely gonna feel it.
You're gonna feel it,
and most likely you're gonna lose unless something very catastrophic happens. But again, in a 10-15 minutes game, you have a laugh about it, and then you start another game, and probably you're gonna pick up someone else to be
exactly.
to be,
and it's great, right?
The hammers,
yeah, and because of the way that the objectives work, who you're going to be allying with, and who's going to be under the hammer is going to be different every time because these objectives are a great twist to this game, where they encourage you to push certain families one way or the other. So this is a really clever thing. There's a bunch of these in the box. Like I say, they'll be like, make sure this family has fallen from grace or have this number of cards. And it really does change it up every single time. Other things I really love about this game, I mean, just the subtle way that adding a couple of powers here and there really changes how the cards work and brings this game up from just a game that would have been cool anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, even if you didn't have any of the powers, it would have been cool.
To a really good
good game. I mean, like having the assassin to be able to like literally just knife someone at any part, anywhere at the table, or giving this to your opponent and killing off one of their cards that's going to score them a load of points. Or getting it and giving it to yourself to get rid of a card that's going to lose you points. It adds another level of really interesting decisions. And the decisions are really simple. It's like, which cards do I keep?
Yeah,
and which card do I give away?
And a lot of time with having this very simple mechanics, 3 cards, one to yourself, one to the board, one to another player. Sometimes you got 3 cards that you don't want to give up, or sometimes you got 3 cards that you none of them
you don't want a single one.
So there is always that little bit of like, oh, which one? But at the end of the day, it's a very quick because it's, well, one goes there, one goes to someone else, and one goes to yourself. So sometimes you need to pick like the lesser evil. So it's clever, it's fast. It's fast-paced. The game flows very quickly around the table, and as soon as you don't know when you're already finished, you're already counting points.
Absolutely, it's a game that has for something quite light, it gives a really nice amount of turn stress, that turn anxiety. Like, what do I do with these cards? Because you draw it and you're like, I could do, I don't like these, or maybe I have to give you something that's going to benefit you, and I'm like, I don't want to give you this, but I've got no choice. What's the lesser of 2 evils? I think, with quite a simple set of mechanisms, it does a fantastic job of giving you a nice level of turn anxiety.
It is a brilliant, brilliant game. And let's talk a little bit more about this production.
Let's go into the production. So, Matt, what's your first thoughts when you saw this game? How do you feel about the production?
The production is absolutely great. So the card looks great.
You can't, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we'll do some close-ups for sure. But they all have like a gold inlay, right? There's an inlay in
each one of them.
Every single one of these cards.
And with this kind of like cloth centerboard, that is really, really nice. I've got a couple of things that this goes back into a very small box. So depending on how you fold this one, it could get some craze now and then. So I don't really know if anyone of you out there is ironing this. But
you know what? This is a common complaint that I've seen with the production, which is this could have been a board, right? And I'm like, it could have been. It could have been,
but no, this is a very particular thing. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying
it's like a tapestry, like from like you're looking at something from the past.
Yes. Talking about that, the only other things that I would have preferred was that the artworks on the card, that is this kind of like Disney cartooning,
it's kind of Disney
style, to replicate the tapestry type. So I don't know, a little bit more texture on the cards beside the gold and the Disney inspired.
So like having sort of a texture in part of the artwork.
Yeah, exactly. So tied in both the board and the cards. But again, we're talking about like silliness here, because it's just like me trying to be picky on a game that is actually for £20 gives you a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the production is fantastic. Now, we've played this a ton. Who do you think this game is for?
Anyone who likes, again, as we say, cutthroating card games, and for larger groups.
Yes.
I think this is a better game at a higher counter of player. I think he plays up to
it only goes up to 5.
Up to 5. So I would say 4 and 5 are probably the best.
Yeah.
The best number for this game. Lower number, it start losing a little bit of that magic that you get cutting throats or trying to go against one of the other players. Because it's much easier for 2 players to coalesce against another one, while in a group of 5 you got a little bit more
dynamic, maybe. Yeah, I think 4 and 5. You're right. 4 and 5 is exactly right. If you like an interactive card game, this is 100%
highly interactive.
Highly interactive. It has a little tiny dash of sort of hidden information with the objectives, and also the spy cards.
The spy cards. I wish there were more, to be honest.
Yeah, the spy cards
I really
is
like
really
that
cool.
mechanics. Yeah.
There's a little dash of that hidden information where you're not quite sure if the family that you want to win is actually going to win.
Yeah.
Or if people are dishing spy cards at you, like, this just could be full of minus points. So there's just a little bit of hidden information there, and you're trying to kind of work out, based on what other people are doing with their cards, what they might have done with that. So, and I think that's really, really cool. But I think I'd like that a little bit more of that as well. It has quite a broad appeal. I mean, the theme is quite neutral.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool theme. It's kind of Game of Thrones.
It's Game of Thrones,
inspired,
yes.
right?
It's Game of Thrones. You can see in some of the cards as well, some of the design kind of. And again, having this Disney-like cartoony things is going to make it easier to play with a younger crowd as well.
Yes.
But it's definitely for all ages.
Yeah, absolutely. You could play this in a family game night for sure, or with friends down the pub. As a matter of fact, this is actually relatively versatile.
It is,
with a nice versatile theme and good appeal.
Great. I will say, before we actually give our rating, let's talk a little bit about a couple of alternatives, maybe.
Always suggesting a couple of alternatives for you.
Oh, we got them here, actually.
We do. If you like the sound of this, you may also like Coup. Coup is a classic at this point in time. It is again, pub-sized card game that you could take along and knife your friends in the back.
Yes.
It's very much a social deduction game with cards that can knock out your other opponents, with the assassin and blah, blah, blah. So it has a really similar feel.
It got the similar vibe in a cyberpunky, futuristic design that I really like. This game has been out forever, and it's one of the most highly rated game, and it's so shiny
and plays in about 15 minutes, much like this game.
And if you like the idea of this, but it's only just two of you, well, Animakoji will be the one for you.
Yeah, you're trying to get certain sides of the board either up or down accordingly. And specifically, your side uses an I cut, you choose type mechanism where you're trying to give people a choice, a bad choice for the most part, and trying to make them choose one or two of the cards.
Yeah, but it's got these very similar mechanisms of how in this game the houses go up or down.
Different influence.
This one you trying to win the favor of the geishas around in a kind of similar mechanism. Three different games with the same vibe. So this for the 2-player, this for a pure alternative, and this is just because it's a really good game.
Absolutely, Matt. Let's talk about our final rating.
Yeah, let's do it.
Courtisans. So, Matt, do you want to give us your final thoughts and your final words on Courtisans?
Yes, I think it's a really, really good game. For the price point and the production, is you getting a lot in this small box. It looks lovely. It plays very well.
Yeah.
And I will play this every time that is around. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think this is a fantastic game. I love all of the subtle little elements that you've got with the assassin cards and with the spies and even with the guards as well, and where you place those and the nobles. It's just enough complexity to be interesting without being too much. Like you say, it's a great price point. The production is fantastic. You can take it anywhere and plays it's a great 4 and 5 player game.
And for our review, should we say that this is a beginner game?
Yeah, this is a beginner
So
game.
we're keeping in the beginner genre.
Absolutely. Matt, will this game...
Are we doing the
We're doing
thumbs up, thumbs down?
It's become a thing. Will this game get the Board Stupid Seal of Excellence? Not for you. It doesn't, I'm afraid.
To me, it's a no.
It does.
It's a game that I will recommend, absolutely. So it's recommended. It kind of like makes something for me.
Okay.
It's I don't know what if it's thrown me off a little bit, the theme or the fact that it's I don't know. It to me missed something that in a game like Coup instead I get in terms of like a little bit more Mito. But again, this is, as I said before, it's a game that I will play all the time, and I definitely 100% recommend.
Absolutely, I think this is a fantastic game. So therefore, our final conclusion is this is a strong recommendation.
Strong recommendation.
A strong
absolutely.
recommendation to go and get yourself a copy of Courtisans. It's a fantastic game, and certainly play it. And if you like the feel of it, then consider picking it up. So if you liked this review, you know what to do. Hit the like button, and Matt especially,
hit the subscribe button.
it
Come
really
on,
helps
guys.
us out, to be fair. It's a wonderful thing, and it makes us know that you care. So share the love.
And if you're a subscriber already, thank you very much. If
Appreciate
you are
it.
a future subscriber, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
If you are not a subscriber yet, well, hit that damn button now.
But also, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And if you liked it, check out the rest of our videos. We've got quite a few of them, and we're going to catch you again real soon.
Ciao.